Are you feeling stuck in self-doubt? People who feel successful aren't necessarily the most talented, smartest, or luckiest. They're just the ones that trust themselves more and are able to move forward. If you are tired of second-guessing yourself for everything, then let's flip the script and rewrite your story where you move from self-doubt to self-esteem, to self-worth, to self-belief, career mom style. Hey royal family, thank you for choosing the front row with myself, Roanna Mudley. I am a mom, marketing leader, content creator, and dancer. And I have helped ambitious women thrive and let go of their self-doubt. Because confidence is not about being ready one day. It's about being ready right now and being happy with who you are in this moment in time. And that's how you eliminate self-doubt. Code number 1 is stack your evidence. You want your brain to understand that you have achieved the damn thing. So even if it is a small thing like, I got the kids ready in time and I made it to work on time after dropping all of them off, that is a win. Write that stuff down. Make it an accomplishment. Put down the evidence. You finished your shampoo and your conditioner at the same time? Write it down. When was the last time that ever happened? And the big wins. I rocked it in the boardroom today. Write that shit down. If you have a book of evidence, then it is easier for you to look at it because it's all stacked up, and then you start feeling a little better about yourself. You start gaining some confidence, and self-doubt out the window. We've got no time for self-doubt. Look at the ish that I am accomplishing. I am that girl. I am doing the things. I am winning at life, and I am bringing it to the table. And if you don't have time to write down what you've achieved in the day, then think about it. At the end of the day, sit down with your thoughts and think about your little achievements, from the small wins to the big wins. And every win is a win, because that's how you stack up more courage to have more confidence in yourself, and you eliminate the self-doubt. You want to create self-esteem. You want to create self-belief. You want to create self-worth. And how you do that is by self-praising and by understanding that you are worthy right now, that you are present right now, and who you are right now is deserving of everything that you want. And you are going to laugh at the face of doubt, because you are here to empower yourself and to thrive. And every time you feel like an imposter, or you feel imposter syndrome coming to the fore, you can look at this little booklet or diary. You can even put it on your phone, of little wins and big wins, and remind yourself of the woman that you are. And it becomes easier when you are going through a setback, or you're going through a bad time, or you're just feeling sorry for yourself. I never did this before, so I had spurts of self-doubt. So I'd be like this confident person, and then suddenly I would just be questioning my worth. Am I a good marketer? Am I a good mom? Am I doing what I need to do to be a good wife? Am I doing the things to be a good human even? And when I started to just look at my day at the end of the day, and then just look at the small wins and the big wins, it started to build that confidence. It started to develop something very important, which is called self-love. From self-love, you can then become confident. You can then walk into a room and know that you deserve a place at the table. So when I started to recognize my wins and recognize that the stack of evidence that I'm creating for myself is so vital in my self-love journey, I wanted to do it more. At first, I thought, hell, this seems like very egotistical. We are not supposed to be like blowing our own trumpet and self-praising. But then when I looked at it and I just eliminated the ego, and I said, you know what, God, I still want to remain humble, but I also want to develop this love for myself. And this is a form of me finding the love for myself, and to fall in love with myself, to respect myself, and to be so positively secure in what I bring to the table that I can eliminate self-doubt and have more self-esteem. And it started to feel different, and I was better for it. And I saw a difference. I saw myself appearing as the better version of myself. And I was sometimes even shocked. I was like, wait a minute, I did that? I said that? Oh my God, really? And when I shocked myself, I realized that I can freaking do this, and I'm capable, and I'm worthy. And the stacking of evidence was the first step of me gaining that self-control, of me eliminating self-doubt, and of me becoming a better, more confident me. Code 2 is so damn important. You want to flip your inner voice. If you're saying, I don't know if I have it in me, flip that. I have it in me to try. I don't know if I am capable of winning this career award. Flip it. What's there to lose, right? I can try as hard as I can. I'm not really good at this. Flip it. I'm really trying my best at this. You have to feed your mind positive words. The moment you are going in a way that just doesn't encourage confidence but is encouraging self-doubt, you have to bring yourself back and flip your inner voice to be a motivational speaker to yourself. Be a beacon light for yourself. You are the person that loves you the most. There's no one else that should love you more than you love yourself. And because you love yourself so damn much, you know enough to say the most positive things, to keep your head high, to believe in who you are and what you bring to the table. And if that still doesn't help, go back to your stack of evidence and read that stuff and remind yourself about the things that you love about yourself, or the things that you can do really well, and how reliable you are, and how trustworthy you are, and how much you keep the promises. And that is what is going to change your mindset from negative to positive. Because you can't be walking around life thinking that you have no self-doubt but be a miserable weasel of a negative person. Come on. If you are positive and if you keep feeding that positive energy, that is the key to eliminating self-doubt. Don't get me wrong, there's gonna be times where negative thoughts are gonna creep up on you, where you're gonna be like, all of these things happen to me. I don't think I can do this because everybody is saying this about me. So what? What is the lesson from this moment? What is my takeaway? What can I learn from this moment right here? Is it true that I am bad at what I do? No. But are there lessons from what I did? Maybe there's mistakes. What is the lesson? How can I pivot and make that better? Doesn't mean that I cannot come out of this. And if you look at things in that perspective and always with the glass half full, with an optimistic mind, that's what's going to get you through the rough times. When I worked on radio, I didn't think I was good enough because I believed the voices that I heard when people asked me questions. Oh, are you really like equipped to be on radio? How did you get that job? And so I developed a lot of self-doubt because I was like, should I actually even be in this industry? And then when I flipped that switch, I'm not going to let any family member, any hating little diva come in between me and my goals, and I'm going to focus on me and focus on my craft and get better at it. I started to get more gigs and I started to improve my career in radio. But for the longest time, I was not getting better because I had self-doubt and I behaved like a person who was just not great. And they always treated me like the coffee girl. But when I pivoted my thought process, I started to stack up my evidence. I was a great intern. I worked really hard. I knew what was the top story every single morning. I was a great producer. And if I'm so great at all of those things, of course I'm going to be a great presenter. And I started feeding myself that energy. I started to listen to other radio presenters. I started to listen to Les Brown, who has changed my life. I started to just feed myself positivity. And because I did that, I then got invited to gigs. I got invited to shows. I got invited to MC. I started to get my own show. Eventually, I hosted my own talk show. All because I pivoted and I started to believe in myself. I used this in other factors of my life as well. And every single time I doubt myself and every single time I do the steps where I stack up the evidence, I start thinking positively, I see a major change and I see a difference and I see a pivot. And I remind myself that this too shall pass and I'm going to get through it. And if I just push through, make it through, I'm going to develop something that is wonderful. I did the same in marketing. I was always saying to myself, I don't even know if I can market this. I don't even know how to do this. Oh my God, should I even be in marketing? And I really wasn't being seen as a marketer. My ideas weren't even taken seriously. And I was sort of in the shadows in my career. And then I pivoted and I started to think about it like I'm an expert in marketing. I freaking did well at university. I rocked my exams and I have some really strong traits. As I did that every single day, eventually I started to believe my own words. And then I got featured as one of South Africa's most powerful marketers. And that's one of my pride and joy stories because it is proof that if I change the way I think, I will then act accordingly. accordingly, and I will show up as my true self, and I will be rewarded for it because I am being authentically me, and I'm being confident, and I've eliminated self-doubt. Had I continued in the shadows and just continued to be woe is me, probably would not have gotten those accolades and probably would not be feeling confident in my craft. So there's immense importance to flipping your inner voice and understanding who she is, because she is a powerful voice, because nobody else is going to talk to you the way your inner voice talks to you. Code 3, borrow from your own resilience. Have I been here before? Have I been in this toxic environment before? Have I dealt with a difficult situation before? Have I come out of the difficult situation before? Have I thrived from a difficult situation before? The answer is yes. You're a strong woman who is a mom. I mean, breastfeeding is a win already. Breastfeeding is resilience. If you have breastfed and if you have gone through breastfeeding for a number of months and you have withstand the late nights and the early mornings and the public feeding and the nipple bites and the pain and the swelling and just the uncomfortableness of it all, then you are a damn resilient woman, and you got to remind yourself of that. So having problems with your self-worth should be very, very minute in the world of a woman who is just rocking her family life and rocking her career. Just let that sink in for a moment. Let that thought linger for a moment. Go back to that moment when you found out you were pregnant. Go back to that moment when you had that baby. And go back to that moment when you had those sleepless nights. And what about your body and what you were going through? For me, my body was extremely uncomfortable. It was the worst experience for me. It wasn't pleasant feeling. My boobs were sore. Everything was sore. And the healing process from it. And then getting back to work and finding your norm and finding your feet and getting back into a routine and being able to talk to adults again because you were always with kids. Like, the resilience that you have just by doing those things is so much. And then you add all the other SHIT that you've gone through, all the traumas, all the negativity, all the setbacks. Girl, you've got what it takes. How dare you self-doubt? How dare you not have that belief in who the hell you are? Wake up! Let's do this. You have to remember that your past resilient self is stronger than you remember how. And that's why you have to look back and think about that resilient self when you had a bad moment and remember who that person was and how you pivoted and how you got through it. And be that person as a reminder for you to push through and to eliminate self-doubt. When I start remembering the woman that made it through that breastfeeding period, that made it through financial turmoil with my parents, made it through backbiting and scandaling and being betrayed by family members and friends, making it through hard times and still smiling, like without blowing my own trumpet, I just want to remember the stack of evidence, this resilient person, and just be a freaking positive woman. And I'm saying this to you because I want you to understand that it's okay to remember the good shit that you did for yourself, because you deserve it. And you deserve to pull yourself out of the darkness and not doubt the things that you want to do for your life. All of this makes you stronger, tougher, better, and just wiser. Code 4, reframe fear. We're all scared about something. I was scared of heights. I wouldn't say I had a phobia for heights, but I mean, I wasn't like the most daring person. 2010 FIFA World Cup, working on radio and TV, I decide to jump from the arch at the Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban. What was it, 95 meters high? And I took the jump live on broadcasting air, and I did the damn thing. Would I do it again? Probably not. But the lesson from that is that I gained so much more confidence. I was this little girl that was unsure of who she was. And the plunge of learning how to jump, buckling myself, taking the leap of faith, and then being pulled by the harness when it was done was an experience of a lifetime. And it's a tick box to say that I conquered one of my fears. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. The thing that makes you scared is the thing that you should go full blown into and conquer it. Sri Swami Sahajananda of the Divine Life Society in South Africa said that he was afraid of the dark. And to conquer his fear, he one day just decided to go outside in the dark and sleep outside. And that's how he conquered his fear. So there is something powerful when you face your fear head on. Instead of saying, oh, I'm scared, just say, I'm expanding, I'm learning, I'm figuring it out. And it goes hand in hand with the way you speak to yourself, your inner voice. And then you have to obviously stack up the evidence. You've got to do the necessary steps to help you eliminate your fear, because self-doubt is an extension of fear. It's the reason why you have self-doubt is because you have fear, right? If you didn't have any fear, then you wouldn't have self-doubt. Your fear is the fact that you can't do something, and that's why you have doubt in doing it. Code 5 is maybe a little controversial. Act now, think later. Just jump, as Steve Harvey says. If you just jump, you learn as you go and you will get the damn thing done. But if you keep saying, okay, tomorrowland never comes, and you never get the thing done, and then you look back and you're like, I've never even done the thing that I always wanted to do, and I'm 65 years old, and there's 10 other people that are doing what I thought about 20 years ago. Do you really want to be that person? Come on. We have one life. We gotta make it count. We gotta seize the day. Carpe diem. You gotta make shit happen. If you want to network with people, don't do it tomorrow. Send one DM to a LinkedIn person that you want to network with. If you want to film a YouTube video, pick up your phone and film something. Someone will want to watch what you have to say. Everybody has something to offer in this world. If you want to meet new friends, go out and say hello to someone. If you want to read a book, don't read tomorrow. If you want to go to the gym, don't start on Monday. Sri Swami Shivananda, the founder of the Divine Life Society, used to repeatedly say DIN, do it now. And as children, we heard it over and over, but we never really registered it. But now as adults, we understand the power of doing it now. You have a test and you want to get all A's, study a little now instead of cramming 2 days before the test. The power of doing it now, the power of action and thinking later is remarkable. The things that you learn and you pivot and you figure out along the way is far more valuable than you sitting on the couch looking at videos of other people doing what you want to do and never actually doing things yourself. Take action, get up, and do the thing. Realize your dreams, focus on your vision board, and make things happen. Nobody is going to do this for you. It's up to you to get up and take action. Self-doubt is not something you're born with. You develop it over time because you create bad habits for yourself, which means we can get rid of self-doubt. There is hope. If you follow these codes, you will eliminate self-doubt and you will have more self-esteem, more self-belief, more self-love, and more self-worth, and you will be a better version of yourself. Keep a confidence vault with your evidence stacking. Speak to yourself positively. Know that your inner voice is powerful in what it has to say, and flip it when it wants to be negative. Borrow from your resilient past self and remember the damn things that you have done in the past that made you so resilient. Fear equals growth, and you can conquer your fear by just running towards it. And move before you're ready. Just jump and everything will fall in place. I wish you everything of the best. I know you have self-esteem and I know you're going to conquer your self-doubt. Thank you for watching till the end. We'll do this again soon. Cheers.